I'm not arguing no goddamn racist. I already know you racist. I don't need to change your mind. I need to change my actions. Just worry about being cool. That cool on code. And you trying to argue and reason and appeal some type of humanity to these are out of their mind. They're sociopaths.
Like, I knew it, bro. I've been saying this forever, but I just needed a little clarification.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw that clip, man. Listen, this is why we don't really have all these racial discussions with people who aren't black. It's because what are we really talking about? Your actions let me know where you stand. And what I mean is this idea of, I don't like you because of the color of your skin. Cool. I'm going to stay over here. You stay over there. And then it's supposed to be like, cool, right? But no, it's not like that. What happens is if I stay over here and you stay over there, you got an inclination to come mess with me. You get what I'm saying? So I've been places, like I said, where it's a mixed crowd. And all of a sudden, and it's unfortunate that this is a thing, but it's a normal thing for us. If you're in a mixed crowd, somebody non-black gonna bring up something racial. Just to troll, just to be a troll, just to get a reaction, and just so everybody that's non-black can form like Voltron. And it's like, oh, okay, I see what's up. Cool. And it's like, no. We just want to know. No, you know everything about us, remember? Because you know the rap music, and you've watched Good Times, and you've seen you watched The Wire, so and you know who Martin Luther King is. It's like, okay, cool. What are we doing? So a lot of the times when it comes to the racial conversation and all the things that go along with it, we're not trying to talk about none of that stuff. Forget y'all. I don't care about what y'all got to say, because the vast majority of the stuff y'all saying is just made up jargon to make you feel better about yourself. It's not rooted in fact. It's not rooted in reality. It's not rooted in history. It's just ruling in, insecurity, and I can get away with this stuff. This is what we've been doing. This is what I'm gonna keep doing. And the reason I know this to be true is because this doesn't work the other way around. And what I mean is, if we're the predominant people around somewhere, we're gonna mess with you. I will say that. We'll mess with you. What's up? Okay. And then we find out, oh, you cool? We're gonna leave it alone. But but most you other groups of people, y'all don't want to be around a predominant group of black people. Y'all don't want that because y'all scared. Oh, what's gonna happen? And a lot of this is like, what are we talking about? What are we reasoning about? Because we can see the hypocrisy of the race and racism and the racial issues in America all the time. One of y'all kill a black child, it's okay. Like the lady just called a black child an N-word, it's okay. That's fine. As long as you're doing it to somebody black, it's cool in America. But if you do it to my kid and I punch you in your doggone face, we got issues. Yeah, excuse me, I got a call. But this is where this stuff goes on, where we got people messing with you over and over and over again. If you mess with the kids, cool. You mess with the elderly, cool. You mess with sick people, cool. You mess with autistic people, cool. You mess with people who are paralyzed, cool. It's all of this stuff is cool, right? But if we turn around and do it, we're savages and we're animals. So it's like I don't feel like talking to you, man. I'm not with the talking. And then it comes to the idea of all these people's issues with, oh, there's gonna be a race war and we're ready to roll. And it's like, truth be told, man, if y'all really wanted to have a real quote unquote race war to make yourself feel better, y'all will lose. I know y'all think y'all will win, but y'all lose. Just like it, whether y'all like it or not, y'all don't actually know what y'all up against. Y'all don't know what you're dealing with. You have no clue. That's why you know what you're dealing with if it's man on man fair fight. 85% of the time y'all gonna lose. That's just what it is. So it's not gonna be a fair fight. So we know it's not gonna be a fair fight. So I don't know why y'all think y'all gonna come out here and say we not, we just gonna break all the rules of, and we gonna win. It's like, no, that means everybody playing dirty. You don't know how dirty we could really get. We just choose not to do it. Out of respect for God and humanity, not even white America as a racial group. Y'all, it's never been a fear. It's like, y'all don't win wars. Y'all have an inflated ego. So when we see these things going on, and it's like, I'm gonna stay on code. I'm gonna be over here. You be over there. You be over there. Like, cool, but you can't do that. And going back to what I was saying about the war part, because I know somebody's gonna flip out about that. Look at all of your little movies and shows about, not necessarily apocalypse, but apocalyptic type of time. The vast majority of y'all don't make it. Whether it's aliens, whether it's, the Planet of the Apes, whether it's zombies, the vast majority of you don't make it. You don't. And everybody else is in the aliens and the apes and the zombies are always used as a euphemism in some way, shape, form, or fashion for us as black people by some dumb racist. So it's in y'all subconscious. Yeah, if we really go at it, we're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? So, but when it comes to the actions, it's like, listen, chill out. We don't want to talk about this stuff. We don't want to deal with it. Y'all just constantly doing it. It's your media that always has some racial agenda, racial innuendo. It's your teachers that like messing with our kids. You know what I'm saying? It's some of your doctors that and nurses that like underserving us if we get sick. It's your people in the nursing homes trying to beat on our elderly people. That's what y'all do. Yeah, it's always a win, but it's like, okay, keep playing. Because what y'all think is every time we're gonna catch this black person by themselves, we're gonna catch that person by themselves. Like the 60s, 50s, Jim Crow. I ain't even gonna say Jim Crow. Like if you catch a black person by themselves at night, it's prime time to kill them, and we're gonna celebrate. Nah, dog. Nah, dog. Mm-mm. This idea, and I heard SWP talking about that with the black fatigue thing. This idea that, we gotta abide by the rules of Christianity and God, and you just get to run roughshod and, you know, and say, I'm not, even if I act like a devil, I ain't going to hell. No, man, we're not playing them games. We're not playing them games. This it's an overarching fear. We know it's a fear. We really don't care. A lot of times, most black people just want to be left alone to live a peaceful life. And the problem with that in America is you can't, the vast majority of people, you can't leave us alone. And we don't get it. We really don't. That's why you get black people cooning and selling out, because it's like, well, I guess I'll just blend in and act like you, and maybe you'll leave me alone if I coon hard enough. That's what that is. you know. But a lot of y'all, everybody else who wants to be a culture vulture, that's what y'all on too. You just gotta be here. Y'all gotta be there. Y'all gotta do this. What are the blacks doing? It's the blacks. It's the blacks. It's the blacks with the blacks. But don't the blacks act like this and the blacks act? It's like, all right, bro. You notice, a lot of time we're not instigating stuff with y'all. We're responding the vast majority of the time. We could tell y'all, white America know, because we always responding to white America, because they habitual line steppers. They always crossing the line and doing something out of pocket. And then all you other groups, y'all follow suit. And then when we respond, you become victims. All of y'all play that. All of this stuff that y'all say to us is just a projection of yourself. The victim mentality, you. The lazy, You. It can't, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. That's what you don't do. You know what I'm saying? Living on the system, you. Like we could win. We have winners that beat all circumstances in America. Everybody else don't. So a lot of this racial stuff, we like, look, man, we get it, man. We get it. You know, y'all attack our women, our children, our elderly, our sick, our autistic, our mentally ill, our paraplegics. We get it. All that's fair game to y'all. You get what I'm saying? Y'all team up with each other. All that's fair game to y'all. But then if we punch you in the face, you want peace. So we don't want to be around folks. Because y'all are really, the vast majority of you people who are always on a racial, trolling, y'all don't want to see a black person face to face. Y'all not trying to walk up on a black person in your city and talk crazy to them because y'all can get knocked out of all other groups. Y'all not gonna do that. The ones who y'all have an issue with all these thugs and thug this, you're not going to the thug area in your city. You're not going to mess with your neighbors in your neighborhood that you assume look like thugs. So we already know y'all just all talk. So we don't want to be bothered with you. You get what I'm saying? Just that's an issue. Just because you use some steroids and pop some pills and want to look crazy at us all the time, it doesn't bother us because we like, you ain't gonna do shit but cry and call the cops and play victim. So stop wasting my time. So are we on code? Yeah. Because we already know what everybody else on and all this. I'm not like that. I'm an individual. Oh, yeah, good. You're an individual in a group that's like that. I'm an individual in a group, so it doesn't change how y'all see me. So we don't care anymore. The action speaks louder than the words. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.